Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem, Rukakwadash, double honors to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere Akim, teaching and truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled Predictive Programming, Sonic Wave Technology. Lord will, you are edified. Video was inspired by two videos from the YouTube platform for use.
Oil of oregano the right way. And if you don't believe me, I work in Ayurvedic.
Now, did U.S. use a powerful mystery weapon during the raid to capture Nicolas Maduro? American forces wiped out hundreds of fighters without...
Video entitled U.S.-Venezuela Tensions. Did U.S. use sonic weapon during raid to capture Maduro? Again, for use.
Losing a single soldier. Now, a new report may shed some light on the methods used by them. According to the report, the U.S. used a powerful mystery weapon that rendered Venezuelan soldiers ineffective during the raid. The report is based on an alleged account of the night's event by a Venezuelan guard. Now, the account claims that the weapon brought Venezuelan soldiers to their knees. They were bleeding through the nose and vomiting blood. The alleged witness account was also shared on social media by the White House press secretary. In the interview, the guard allegedly described how U.S. forces use technology unlike anything he has ever seen. He said that all their radar systems shut down without any explanation. It was followed by a lot of drones flying over their positions. He claimed that 8 helicopters arrived moments later, deploying what he estimated were just 20 U.S. troops into the area. But he said that these few men came armed with something far more powerful than guns. The guard claims that the U.S. troops shot with precision and speed. He said, and I'm quoting, "It felt like each soldier was firing 300 rounds per minute." At one point, U.S. troops launched another weapon, according to the guard's account. It was like a very intense sound wave, and he felt like his head was exploding from the inside. He claimed that the Venezuelan side started bleeding from the nose, while some were vomiting blood. They were unable to move. An estimated 100 Venezuelan security forces were killed in the January 3 attack.
All right, and the term predictive programming goes into to foretell prophecy. So Esau utilizes his movies to foretell, the public, his ambition / goals. All right, so with that being said,
your next breakdown could...
Second video comes from the YouTube platform. Was Leave the World Behind a Warning for 2026 platform. The truth is for use.
Be anytime, anywhere.
The last thing I remember is just the engine cut out.
Endurance?
Has recently transitioned from science. The headlines today, the rise of deepfakes and the conflicting reports on current global tensions are creating that exact same sense of chaos where no one knows what to believe. Stage 3 is civil war. Once the people are isolated and the chaos has reached a boiling point, the social contract completely shatters. Without a clear leader or a way to communicate, the country turns on itself. This is the final result of the blueprint, a nation that collapsed from within because it was never prepared for the collapse of their digital infrastructure. When you look at the architecture of the collapse in the film, it's not just random chaos, it's a calculated removal of society's foundation. In Leave the World Behind, the first thing to go is the GPS. Most disturbing scenes, we see one of the characters' teeth, high-pitched frequency that we see this mirrored in the headlines this very week with the physical drone strikes on major data centers overseas. Then we have to talk about the strange noise. In the movie, it is a piercing high-pitched frequency that physically breaks the characters down. We see them getting nauseous, and in one of the most disturbing scenes, we see one...
sonic wave technology.
The characters' teeth literally falling out of their head. While these advanced weapons were seen as science fiction once upon a time,
So what brought them to their knees and had them covering their ears, and even where, you know, the so-called white boy was bleeding from his mouth. Literally, he was able to take out a tooth. Is from sonic wave technology, predictive programming.
in 2026, that is no longer the case. That noise seems to be a direct reference to directed energy weapons, which has recently transitioned from science.
Trump says U.S. used secret discombobulator on Venezuelan equipment during Maduro raid.
Fiction to confirm reality. When the characters hear the sound, they immediately recognize it's something synthetic. They know it is a weaponized frequency. In 2026, we have seen the reports and the declassified data on sonic wave technology. It is a silent, invisible attack that leaves no fingerprints but causes total psychological collapse. By including this in the blueprint, the film is showing us that the stage 2 is not just about making you confused, it's about making you physically unable to function. When you cannot think, when you cannot stand, and when you're watching your own body fail you for no visible reason, you're in a state of total vulnerability. Besides just analyzing this film through a surface level understanding.
All right, so there you have it. And sonic wave technology, according to Chat GPT, refers to the use of sound waves, meaning vibrations traveling through air, liquid or solids, to perform useful tasks such as cleaning, imaging, measuring, communication, or medical treatment. These waves are mechanical vibrations that move through matter. A sonic wave is simply a sound wave. In technology, devices generate controlled sound vibrations to interact with materials, liquids, or tissues. How does the military use it? The military uses sonic or sound wave technology in several ways for detection, communication, defense, and non-lethal weapons. These systems often use very high frequency sound or focus audible sound. Number 2, non-lethal crowd control weapons. Militaries and law enforcement sometimes use devices like the long-range acoustic device. What it does, emits a very loud, focused sound beam, causes intense discomfort and ear pain, forces people to move away.
Immediately recognize as something synthetic. They know it is a weaponized frequency. In 2026, the most disturbing scenes, we see one of the characters' high-pitched frequency that physically breaks the characters down. We see them getting nauseous, and in one of the most disturbing scenes, we see one of the
Dad, the TV isn't. Dad.
Tonight it was a blue screen. See?
No one's going on the.
We are seeing on.
Slovakia.
Coming in at 3 was Archie pulling out his own teeth one by one after supposed radiation from the sirens made them loose. After realizing that Archie was being
Can't find it. But anyway. And I wanted the actual scene. But it's all good. It's all good.
Network, effectively blinding the population. We see this mirrored in the headline high-pitch frequency that physically breaks the characters down. We see them getting nauseous.
They got nauseous. They drop down to their knees. All right. So what it does, emits a very loud, focused sound beam, causes intense discomfort and ear pain, forces people to move away, used for crowd control, protecting ships from pirates, border security, warning systems. These can reach 150 plus decibels, louder than a jet engine. All right, so you have Incredible Hulk featuring sonic or sound wave technology. Dune uses sound frequencies to control people's actions. All right, so let's get some precepts, Salakia. All right, 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So Esau is Satan's physical counterpart on earth. Okay, all this intelligence or intel, he receives this from Satan, who also is employed by Yahweh, Yahushua. But nevertheless, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So it only makes sense that when the news anchor was explaining,
Now, did the U.S. use a powerful mystery weapon?
This mystery weapon, it only makes sense via the Spirit that it was sound wave technology or something similar.
During the raid to capture Nicholas, ineffective during the raid. The report is based on an alleged account of the night's event by a Venezuelan guard. Now, the account claims that the weapon brought Venezuelan soldiers to their knees.
Think about leave the world behind.
They were bleeding through the nose
leave the world behind.
and vomiting blood.
Nausea, leave the world behind.
The alleged witness account
Predictive programming, because this man wants to be just like the Most High so bad. Get one more. All right, Genesis chapter 25 and verse 27. And the boys grew, referring to Jacob and Esau. And Esau was a cunning hunter, cunning, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man, meaning righteous, upright, dwelling in tents. Now the point is, Esau is a cunning hunter, very crafty. Okay, it's extremely crafty. And we can say that within his craftiness, okay, for being that intelligent, sly hunter, we can factor in what? Sound wave technology. And this technology is vibrations traveling through air, making soldiers grab their ears, stop what they're doing, vomit blood, so on and so forth. Again, Genesis 25 and verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Now this is going into after Jacob received the blessing, which is the kingdom of heaven. Esau begged and begged, okay, for a blessing from our forefather Isaac. Now, Esau received a blessing as well, meaning a time frame to rule. So the point is, Genesis 27 and 39. And Isaac his father answered and said, Behold, your dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, the best parts of the world. Okay, and also the natural resources of the world, and of the dew of heaven from above. Verse 40. And by your sword shall you live, by your sword. Okay. And shalt serve your brother, and it shall come to pass when you shall have the dominion, meaning what? Your time to rule, that you shall break his yoke from off your neck by your sword. And we can equip sonic wave technology as a dynamic within Esau's sword game.
account was also shared on social media by the White House press secretary. In the interview, the guard allegedly described how U.S. forces use technology unlike anything he has ever seen. He said that all their radar systems shut down without any explanation. It was
Hey, fair use. Let me play one more.
Tung tung sahur.
Tralalero, tralala, shark with blue shoes. Slides through the sea like he's got nothing.
Do you need a loan but at bad credit? There's help available. For anyone juggling high interest credit.
Escuché la explosión, escuché silbido, era puro silbido. Un momento no escuché un beta, un helicóptero, nada de eso. Y cuando salí corriendo, saqué mis dos islas y me acuerdo cuando saqué los dos islas, le puse el mecanismo de lanzamiento. Cuando me lo monté en el hombro cayó una broma al lado, una no sé, y ahí salí volando con el soldado, el sargento primero Wilfredo.
Ellos atacaron y ellos en el momento que quería estacionarse en nuestra unidad no lo íbamos a permitir. Bueno, con un brazo ahí sin pónchale, pero no importa, con rodilla en tierra, defender la patria.
Donald Trump dice que va a gobernar Venezuela.
Gobernar. No, ¿para qué? Nosotros somos libres. Y nosotros los venezolanos no vamos, los militares más que todo, estamos aquí en pie, rodilla en tierra. Y no vamos a permitir que ningún...
All right, so Lord will, this was an edifying video. That sound wave technology, it is real. And again, Esau does, the predictive programming, because within the concept of Satanism, you have to inform the public, what you're doing. They believe in so-called bad karma, and karma goes into he makes. So ultimately, who makes, who orders? It's Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, Shalom.